All right, guys, so today I wanted to give you a final walkthrough of the office. So this is how it turned out, kind of the final copy. I've been in here for about 2 weeks. So we'll just kind of start and we'll go around the room. So on this wall, we have a Samsung 50-inch 4K TV. It's one of their less expensive TVs, but actually it does really well in this room. It has the ability to calibrate based on your iPhone, which is really cool. Works very well. We have a pair of Revel M16 Performas. Revel Performa M16 speakers on Kanto stands. Links in the description to all this stuff. And then I have my PlayStation 5. There is a Switch and an Apple TV. The Apple TV is what I use for streaming. Xbox Series S. And this is a Schiit Sin and a Schiit Vidar. The Sin is a kind of preamp / surround processor, and the Vidar is a 2-channel amplifier. So this is 2 by 150 watts, and it works really well. I also use a wireless SVS adapter to send subwoofer to this SVS SB-1000, which is over here in the corner. And I don't have to worry about running cables under the carpet or anything like that for that. These are Felt-Right tiles. So those are, they are 24 by 12s, 24 by 6s. That's a 6 by 12 and a 6 by 6. So all in all, this is 4 feet 6 inches by 18 inches tall. So just enough to kind of block the reverberations and things from coming out of the back of the speakers, even though I have these plugged. I don't want there to be as much effect from being so close to the wall and the boomy bass that comes with that. Like I mentioned over here, SVS SB-1000. This is a dog bed. These are select blinds. I talked about select blinds when I did the garage. These are wooden blinds, and they're just, pretty simple, standard blind where you can adjust them with the stick here on the left, and then you can raise and lower them with the strings on the right. They work really well. They look good in the room. And this is a Displate. So I talked about this in the last video. It was one of the last things that I received. This is a Displate. It's a Porsche GT3. I just thought it was kind of a neat thing. It's different. It's a little artistic. There are magnets that are stuck to the wall, so I can stick any Displate that I want to on here. So I might order more Displates in the future and kind of swap this piece out over time. The first one arrived bent pretty significantly, like right in this area. And then the second one arrived just a little bit tweaked. It's kind of got a bow here. So I was able to flatten that out. It works really well. It looks good. It's just, they ship from Poland. So the fact that they get here at all from FedEx is really surprising. This is just a closet. It's mostly where I'm keeping, boxes from things. Dynaudio, Fluence, Onkyo, etc. These are just things that I might in the future sell or replace, and having the boxes is kind of nice. And over time, I eventually throw those away. Here, like I mentioned, we have the dog bed. This is something called a love sack. This is a super sack. That's the size. And when we kind of fluff this up, you can see that it's kind of like a big bean bag. The dogs really like laying on it, actually, but you can sit here and play video games, just have something that's comfortable, watching TV, etc., and not a traditional couch, something different. These tiles on the back wall are from a company called Felt-Right. They are acoustic tiles. They are 3/4 inch thick, and they do a pretty good job. They're easy to stick on. They come with a pattern. If you watch the previous videos of the office, of this series, you'll see me installing these. They're pretty easy to put on. That entire wall, so that's 13 feet long, and this is like another 5 or 6 feet over here. So all in, it's like 17 or 18 feet of those acoustic treatments by about 5 feet tall. This is a 10-foot ceiling, and that cost me about $500 to do that whole area. So not too bad. You can kind of make your own pattern. There's a builder on their website. It's pretty easy to install, etc. So then over here we have, this is something that my parents actually sent me when I was working on the office. This is a metal sign that they had made. I forget who the manufacturer was. I'll have to get that information, but they sent them my logo and they cut this out, and it's like a 24-inch circle. Actually, it's probably a little bit bigger than that. It's probably 30-inch circle. And it's really, really nice. Came out really well. It's heavy too. So it's got like 6 screw holes around it, just kind of mounted to the wall there. And then here is my desk. So this is my Uplift desk. This is a 60 by 24 on the back side. So that single back piece there is 60 by 24. And then my return is 42 by 24. So technically I have 66 on this side and 60 on that side, my total like outside dimension. A simple file cabinet over here with a couple odds and ends in it. There's the leather and pine, one of the OG scents there. I've got a candle there as well. That just kind of helps to keep the room smelling nice. The Uplift desk is what they call the salmon butcher block. So I ordered that. It's the commercial frame, which means it has this crossbar over here. That crossbar is removable, of course. And then looking at the desk, these are Monoprice 35-inch monitors. They're the curved ultra wides. And they are those are Uplift mounts. They work really well. I'm thinking about going to a single 49-inch and getting rid of the 2 monitors, just having one larger monitor. I don't want to lose that much size, but I think it would just be easier to manage. Maintaining the center is a little hard sometimes, and I think it'd just give me a little bit more usable space. Looking at the desk over here, we've got a couple headphone stands. These are Sennheiser HD6XX. These are Emotiva GR1s, and those are Focals. Those are probably my favorites. Those are the Focal Celeste headphones. I probably use those the most often, but those are open back, closed back, and then these are a semi-open back. So just kind of 3 different sound profiles. Those are remote controls for the fan and the TV and the Schiit Sin. I have a donut stocky sitting there. And then kind of going over here, this is my audio interface. This is a Schiit Jotunheim. It's a Jotunheim 2, and it has the built-in Sabre 9028 DAC. It is a balanced interface. So this kind of gives me the input from my computer, gives me a nice volume knob here. This controls the speakers, and then if I flip this switch off, the speakers turn off automatically. And then over here is a headphone jack that I can plug any headphones that I want to in it. So it's a really, really nice all-in-one unit. Works very well. All of the audio cables I had made by a company called Pro Audio LA. So those are like Grimm TPR cables, custom length, and then like as you can see, there's colors there. Like my gray is my left and my white is my right. So I didn't do like red or anything bright, just kind of 2 different colors. Down here you can see my Dynaudio Sub 9S, which is my subwoofer. So the audio interface goes down to the subwoofer, and then the subwoofer goes up to the speakers. So I've got a pair of Dynaudio LYD5s in white, one there, one there. And those are set in the wall configuration, and I believe that they're set to dark. They sound great. I really love those speakers. They're fantastic speakers. I can't recommend them more. And then, over here on the desk, I have, that's a Sabrent, some work stuff. That's a Sabrent SD card reader that I use to upload footage from the camera. Cup holder or pen holder, a USB 3 hub that's there just to kind of plug different things into that I might want to connect to my computer. This is a Focusrite Vocaster, which is an audio interface for my microphone when I do voiceovers and recordings in the videos. This is it's technically a USB-C hard drive enclosure. That's where I keep I have a NAS as well, but this is where I keep kind of all my raw footage of all of the videos that I'm working on. My completed ones end up on the NAS, so that way if either one of those devices dies, I would be able to get my videos back. This is just something new that I'm working on. There'll be a video in the future. And then another Dynaudio. And then this is kind of where I like empty my pockets every day. So my wallet, my keys, my glasses, pocket knife, etc. And then on top of the monitors, this is a it's a Logitech Loom, I think it is. It's a light that is nice for when you're doing video conferences and maybe the background light, or you don't want the overhead lights on, something really bright. It lets you light up your face. It's kind of like a front light on a camera. You can set the temperature and different things. It's app controlled. It's pretty neat. And then this is a Yealink UVC30, which is a 4K camera that supports Windows Hello and some other like IR-based authentication, which is really cool. So I use that for work all day. I'm in meetings and different things like that. And then I wanted to show the underside of the desk. So we raise the desk up, and you can see I've got some more acoustic tiles on the back wall there as well, just to kind of knock down some of the echo when I'm sitting there in meetings all day. But under the desk, we've tied up all of the cables and different things. There's like a 20, or well, I guess it's a 36-inch or 4-foot. There's like a 4-foot power strip all the way down the back. You can see the power plugs there. And then everything is kind of tied up behind it. And then everything is kind of tied up behind it. So we've got some like loom, like TechFlex wrap or something like along those lines that everything is wrapped up in, and all of the power cords just kind of come out and plug into that surge protector, or power strip rather. Here's my Mac Mini. This is an M2 Mac Mini. It's what I use for all my video editing and for work and a bunch of other stuff. And I just kind of wrapped everything up nice and tight. And then I made this kind of umbilical cord that comes down. So you'll see there's two of them there. One of them has the XLR cables for the audio, so down to the sub and then back up to the speakers. And then the other one is just power and Ethernet. So it kind of comes down here. We've got power into the wall, and then the Ethernet kind of jumps out right there and runs along the baseboard trim and goes into, there's a 10 gig Ethernet port back there. So my NAS is 10 gig and this Mac Mini is 10 gig. And I get about 5 gig per second of read and write rates out of it. So I don't need the full 10 gig, but there's some future growth there as well. I use Cat 6A in the wall on these two ports here. And then last but not least, I've started doing voiceover on a lot of my videos because the audio has been difficult to grab in the garage reliably. So I picked up this this arm, and this is like Elagio or something like that. It's a Chinesey name from Amazon, but I got this Shure. This is an SM7X, and it is a XLR based microphone, but it's tied in with an XLR cable to the Vocaster, which is right there. So this is a Focusrite Vocaster 1, which is a microphone interface, and you could actually see as I'm talking the lights are moving up and down. There's volume control right there. I can mute by just tapping the button, which is nice. I could actually use this in video meetings if I want to, but it's a really nice audio interface. It gives me crystal clear audio. So if you listen to like the first half of the Merca video, for example, that was all voiced over using this, and it just does a great job. And then this arm, I can just kind of spin it out of here, tuck it back in there, and then everything just kind of goes away, and I'll eventually clear off this this file cabinet over here to kind of give myself some more room and not have to be so precarious about that. So that's pretty much it. This is kind of where I sit all day, well, most days, just hanging out. I can watch TV if I want to on my break or after work or whatever. I have something in the background. I did add some acoustic tiles on the ceiling, which you can see there are 8 of them. So I did the four corners, or well, about an inch off of the four corners. And then I also did four kind of in a square that are set in, you know, like in between the lights. You can see them up there. Those worked out really well to knock down some of the echo and just make it so that this square box isn't so bad for me to be in meetings and or recording voiceovers and videos. I really like this fan. It is a Minka Air fan. I talked about that. I think it was in video number 2. So go back and there's a link in the description there. And these DMF lights I love. They are fantastic. These are 4-inch DMF DRD2s. I think I did the 1100 lumen variant for this room. Again, there's links in the description in the video that I put them in, so I'll try to drop them in this one as well. But that is it. Really happy with how the office came out. It's a really great place to be. It's great to work in. It's nice and quiet. Music sounds good in here. And yeah, I just think that it came out really well. My dogs usually kind of hang out all day. One of them down on that dog bed, and the other one just lays up here on the love sack, which is kind of fun. And everybody sees them in my videos and comments on them. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.